made it to the single best day of the year in London. Guys, welcome to the Biek and welcome back to the What Life. Let's roll. The Biek is also called the London Cycling Festival, so there is tons going on. 3-day event. Came down to it last year. It's my first ever crit race, basically last year. I remember being so nervous. This year we've made it to Cat 3s, which takes place at 6:45 this evening, and it's 11:45 now. I've got plenty of time. Been invited down by Brompton because the Brompton World Champs are happening today. So there's tons going on. I'm not going to race the Brompton World Champs. I did it last year. It's quite intense. It's a good laugh. They get really good numbers of people that come and watch. But yes, today's the big one. We made it to Cat 3 so that I could come and do this race on the Saturday. I'm really looking forward to it. And London has really showed up with the weather. 31 degrees. Let's go and check out what this whole London Bicycle Festival is all about. Obviously, we're going to be showing you the Cat 3 race in today's video. I have a few cheeky plans. They're going to try and help me out. I mean, it's going to be brutal. I don't really know how you relate it to anything that I have done before, because it's just very unique, like a unique course, unique style of racing. It's full gas, 40 minutes plus 3, I think is what it should be. So hopefully like a 45-minute race. I've got a few tactics, and I'm going to let you in on the first one, which is I'm not going to do a sighting lap. So when they let everyone on the course, usually roll around for a sighting lap and then pull up at the start line. I'm just going to pull up to the start line, hold the barrier, and stay clipped in. Because apparently being in the first 10 wheels and there's 50 people racing is super important. We've got 6 hours before we kind of got worried about that kind of stuff, but yes. Welcome to the Biek. So first I've been invited down by Brompton, and we're at this really nice little cafe in Coal Drops, like right in the centre of Coal Drops. Little cycle themed cafe. We are out in the Alps, guys, out in the Alps in 2 weeks. More zine. I literally can't wait. Story for another time though. So the nice thing about the London Cycling Festival is you get a bunch of brands, and we're going to go around and have a look at a few before we dive into the racing later. This is probably, I don't know whether to describe it as, and forgive me for my obsession with them, Chris Miller's wet dream or worst nightmare, but it is a gorgeous bike set up on SRAM Red. I can see an influencer rolling around Sydney on that. Oh, that is legit. That is gorgeous. Then we've got the Van Rysel RCR F, I think it is, which is their aero bike. I wonder what that weighs, because that looks. What do you reckon this weighs? Built. Okay, I might. Without pedals and cages and... but with that cage, 7.5. Yeah. I reckon they can get that down to like 7.5 without pedals and cages, and probably on a Dura Ace build, I reckon 7.5. That is a deep head tube. Excellent stuff. Good racing. Lee raced the 1-2 last year. He's racing the 1-2 this year. Runs the showroom over at Veer, which is where we're going to go now. Giving me some hot tips about the race, and it's all my worst nightmares, which is first 12 minutes.
Yeah, you got to race it off the front. You have to be super aggressive. Make sure you get a good starting position when we're under the start-finish line, and yeah, be really assertive with your position.
Cheers, dude.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
These are all the things that I kind of like worry about when I go bike racing, which is I don't like to kind of like try and nudge my way to the very front of a start line. I don't kind of want to go super hard off the start line to be the first person into a corner. I've got to put all those fears, and I guess, you know, I spoke about it a little bit at Hillingdon, like all that kind of imposter syndrome to the side today, and just do it. Just suck it up. Do it for a race. Just do it. Race it like a 12 minutes. Try and get to the front of the start line. Be on the front of the start line. Just pretend like you are the man until you become the man. I might not become the man, but let's try. Let's try tonight. We've got to overcome those fears because we want to be a proper bike racer. But yeah, it's good. It's handy chatting to Lee and the boys. Cheers, Lee. About their tips, like the E12 guys and what they suggest to do. And 50 riders, so being through the first few corners, you know, apparently if you know, you're at the mercy of other people dropping a wheel. If 50 riders on a narrow course that strings out, you know, that could cover pretty much the whole back straight if it's completely strung out. So moving up is hard. Okay, so we have to tackle some fears today. We have to tackle some big fears today, which makes me a bit anxious. But we're going to do it. We're going to try and do it anyway. We still have plenty of time. I'm going to show you Veer, who helped organise the whole thing. Is actually a cycle shop in Coldrops Yard, which is next to King's Cross. And yeah, like they have a proper vibe. They do loads of ride outs into kind of Essex on weekends. I think they do some women's rides. They do mixed group rides. Yes, there's always something going on. And they share that on their Instagram and they share it on their webpage as well. Okay, so this is Veer Crit. We've actually been to a few events. Veer Crit, this is Veer Bike Store. We've actually been to a few events here before. I describe it as a high-end bike store in North London. They organise Veer Crit. Lots of brands that you'd expect in a nice kind of premium bike store. Big on their standards. Got the Rafa kit. I know they sell like Paz kit, Q365. It's 100% if you are traveling to London and it's next to King's Cross Station, this is one to like definitely worth a visit. Little cafe and stuff, so you can grab a coffee. And yeah, the Veer Crit is largely up to these guys and their involvement. Check out a store that's got factor bikes and the standards. So we have a bit of an interlude between the racing. We just had the Brompton guys coming on and we got the bike racing in a minute. But now we have Tom from Veer who's going to explain what is happening on the track at the moment.
Okay, so this is Rafa Race School. There's a number of people who've signed up. Rafa have brought their ambassadors in as well, and the idea is to do a slow couple of laps of the course. I think they're going to walk some of the corners. The ambassadors and pros are going to explain the racing line, and the idea is then that the guys on the race school will ride the corners, then they'll get some live feedback, and that's the plan.
I quite like that because obviously Rafa put a load of money into like the crit racing scene in the last year. This isn't an official Rafa championship race, is it?
Not what they're doing now, but I believe the race tonight.
Oh, is it? The E12?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't realise that, yeah.
The super.
Okay, cool. So you can come and learn more about bike racing from the pros. I wish I'd known about that.
You should have signed up.
Yeah. Could have done with that. I'm going to go and steal some tips from the guys. Let's go and find that happening. Dude, top tip for this corner?
Send it. Just carry as much speed as you can. Don't go around as outside as you can. And when it gets to this bit, relax. Just gonna carry all the way down.
And if you are in the front group coming into the last lap, do you have to be leading by the corner, or do you reckon you can do it in the sprint?
I reckon stay top 3 wheels. There's a chance where you can like hit somebody going down this ramp, shift into your biggest gear, and as soon as you get down to the bottom, you'll be at that speed.
Absolutely send it.
Exactly. Yes.
Which one are you racing?
It is.
See, that do.
Hey, I'm Amy. This is my YouTube for the day as Max goes cycling.
Obviously doesn't watch the wildlife. Okay, so it's time to talk bikes. I'm going to sign on now. The 3 races oversubscribed, which is awesome. I also think it's going to be hot as hell, as in it's going to be fast as hell. We're going to chat bike tactics in a minute because...
My running friends are here. See you later.
Okay, bye-bye. So, yes, we're going to talk tactics in a minute because basically the first lap is just going to have to be hell for leather. Like there's no way you can't hammer the first lap. The wrong side to sign on. But yeah, I am, like, no matter what happens, super excited about this race. I think the 3 race is going to be fast. I think it's going to be hard. I think it's going to be fun. Hopefully everyone keeps it upright. Well, should be cool. Yeah. Thank you. Right, probably time to get the bike. I don't think you're happy. Right, it's 8 minutes past 6. Race is 6:45. I am nervous as bleep. So nervous. Not for any other reason than I know it's just going to be like super fast and super hard. So it's like 10 minutes of hell, I think. Which I don't. Yeah. Right, I'm gonna get on the bike and just roll around for a bit, see what I can do. Get a little warm up in, because the tactic basically has to be 1,000 watts off the line to be the first person into the corner. Thank you, man. But yeah, 1,000 watts off the line into the first corner, but everyone knows that. So that means you've got to do 1,010, and then the next person do 1,020, until it becomes just an absolute blitz fest. I can't promise anything tonight other than, like, I am excited. I want to say that, but also probably more nervous about this than any of the other races. Just because the quality of riding is just getting so high. Hey dude, how are you? How are you? Yeah, good. Yeah, cheers, man. Yeah, the quality of rider in and around, well, no, everywhere I've been, doesn't matter, like Goodwood, Abingdon, the quality of riders are just so high. And that kind of worries me. I think my only attribute that I think I have is being able to, I don't have the highest watts, but I think I can sustain it to the end of a race if I can make the end of the race. I just got to make the end of the race. Are you on nervous energy, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm
you don't know what to do.
Yeah.
You don't know what to do.
Yeah. I thought I got over being nervous, but this one gets me every time.
Why have you got up? What are you doing? We're in the pen. It's 6:30. 15 minutes till start time. Nervous as hell. I think everyone's nervous as hell. I think everyone wants it to be chill. It's not going to be chill. It's going to be super hard. And we're going to go out and enjoy. I'm really pumped for tonight. I think it'll be fun. I'm not, as always, the aficionado on this stuff. I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm out here doing it, or trying to anyway. 50 riders on the start line. Other than that, I can't give you much. Nothing else to give you. Let's go racing. Right, let's do this. Hopefully I can give you a bit of an insight of what it's like to ride the Veer in the third cat, certainly. I get off to a reasonable start, although I was at the very back of the pack. Well, yeah, okay. I was thinking, you know, why not do a sighting lap? You can't not do a sighting lap. Everyone's on the course. You just be an idiot stopping. Also, cheeky, a couple of the guys in the Masters race the following day tried to do that. And the BC guy on the line basically said, no, you got to roll round. So you had to. So they were very hot on it. You also weren't allowed to clip in and hold the barrier on the left. Anyway, look, there's my boy Kai rolling around. This gets hot, guys. Like, the first few laps are really hot. I saw a photo from the start line, and all the guys that took it off the front were basically at the front of the corner before me and the rest of the boys were off the line at the back. So there's like 80 meters maybe before we even get off the line. Right, let me give you a rundown on the course. Lot of fun. First and foremost, a lot of fun. What do you need to be good at this race? Crazy good bike handling skills. If you're a cross boy, if you're a cyclocross boy, girl, you're going to hammer this race. Good bike handling skills, massive ability to go anaerobic every 18 seconds, probably less. Right, okay, so this is what it feels like to do a lap. And there are points like this where the race slows up and you kind of feel like you're at the mercy of whoever's in front of you. I was terrible at the ramp. Terrible, and we'll get onto that. Okay, let me give you a hot lap. You get this dead straight, and it was super hard because you have to go max effort down that straight every time. I was only going max effort because everyone else was going max effort, and I had to try and hold the wheels of the guys that are in front of me. I didn't feel like there was much benefit to being in the wheels on this race, or the points where you were in the wheels, it's just so small. So you get the front straight and the back straight, and we're just about to turn into the back straight. And this, yes, you know, granted, if you are sat behind a few riders here, you are going to get a bit of a advantage of sitting in there. And this is what was killing me, guys. You can see me using these straights to try and move up, and this was basically where I went completely wrong. Was that the first 5 minutes of this race I am going 172 on a heart rate. That's fully anaerobic. That's fully like well over threshold. What's it called when you go over threshold? Just like nuclear. That was me trying to like move up through the groups. So I was doing that. I did maybe 2.5 laps of that before I kind of blew up. And it wasn't a casual blow up, it was a massive blow up. I just went way too hard trying to like move through groups, or move through, not groups, just riders. And then I had to work really hard just to try and hold a rider. This guy manages to have like a bit of an issue with his clip, and that actually happens a few times. I think it happens again in the second, which became a bit disconcerting. And then you got to think about maybe not sitting too close to his wheel, because something is obviously going on where he's not clipped in very well, and it's going to affect his bike. So here we go, there's our first victim, slide out on the top corner, last 2 laps. And that was very easy. That corner absolutely took souls. I think there was a bunch, we'll see another one in our race. And then, so we saw tons of people going down in that corner, and there's Duke, hello man, as he now rides off to join some of the front groups. I don't know how he ended up sitting so far back in the first place, but the thing that made this course really, really, really hard is the way that some people are really good at kicking out of things and some people aren't quite so good at doing corners, and then you put that all into like one big old smorgasbord. It just makes the whole thing really hard. And I don't want to necessarily. I think I would have to really train quite specifically to be good at this race. I think my bike handling's come on a whole load, and thankfully I managed to keep it up the whole race. But not only that, is like you have to have really good bike handling skills, and you've got to be able to go anaerobic repeatedly for 40 minutes, and I wasn't quite able to do that. The efforts and the kicks and the times that I was trying to kind of kick out of corners was really taking its toll. And then my heart rate obviously settles down a little bit into like 166, which is my tempo heart rate. So like a tempo heart rate that I could hopefully hold for kind of like that 40 minute. At 172, there's no way I couldn't hold that for very long at all. Bear in mind, I'm older than some people, so my heart rate doesn't fluctuate as much, and also doesn't get quite as high as some of these 20-year-olds that are no doubt off the front now as they are rolling around. I think we're about to see just another incident, or a couple of incidents, as we kind of roll around this corner. 3 guys kind of one guy obviously laid his bike down, and then a couple of guys probably went into the back of him, which was very easy to do, especially with the speeds coming through these corners. Once the group broke up, or once it was all broken up a little bit, it then just became like a game of like trying to find someone or a couple of people to roll around with. And I was in agony. Here is a really good example of what I think you should do when here's the front group. The front group are coming through. When the front group come through, I basically consider my race over, especially coming into a corner like that. Like, I consider my race just like race off, and just let the guys come through. I think there's like 12 of them maybe in that front group. And I just literally like completely offline as much as possible, really trying to like make sure I'm not in their way. And then that obviously makes it a little bit harder, because then once they all come through, you then have to like kick to get back up to speed a little bit. And you can see how much the concertina effect into these corners is as the front group come through, and we just kind of like ride up to the back of them. Then obviously they are stronger, so they just can kick off that start finish line way stronger than I can. And here's another crash. So we were obviously then getting overtaken by the front groups, and then as we come round this bottom corner, this was the only time I didn't see too many crashes on that corner, but it looks like there's 3 guys bundled up into the barrier, I think just taking that corner a little bit hot. They actually changed that corner for this year, and it made it quicker, made it better, made it a little bit safer. This is a funny incident because I had basically our little group, 3 or so riders rolling around. My heart rate is a little bit lower now because I think I've just kind of like, right, I just need to make the end of the race. Some guy comes round me, kicks on through, and he starts taking these corners really quickly, and then he just absolutely slides out. And I was quite, I guess not lucky, but like because he was so far ahead of me coming into that corner, that slide out had no effect on me whatsoever. But I did think, I think I actually say it to the camera, you won't be able to hear it, but I was like, oh, I felt like he was taking that a little bit quickly, trying to, especially that second corner as it rolls round. And then here we go. This is the bell lap. This is me on the bell lap, probably being lapped by some other riders. Just a quick one today because it was 40 laps of the same 800 something meter course. I think there's one guy behind me. You can just see his shadow as he's kind of rolling down through the down the ramp. Hammer it as hard as you can, head down, put in a kick as much as possible. I don't think anyone's going to kind of be able to. I think you'd be doing very well to hold someone and then come from behind on that ramp.
Right. That was so brutal. So brutal. Can't feel my legs. And my mouth is so dry. That was so brutally hard. Oh, I'm so impressed with how good. Not saying this because I came basically last, but I'm so impressed with how good people are at riding bikes. Oh, Lee, that was so hard. You enjoying it? I don't know what to say, because it's like, I feel a bit defeated sometimes, you know, like you should be laps and gaps, you know? Be proud of your effort, not the result, man. Yeah. I appreciate it, man, I appreciate it. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Cheers, Tom. Thanks, Lee. That is so humbling. Turns out my only positive attribute I have as a rider is not quitting. That's got to count for something.
Didn't crash this time.
How was it?
Oh, I got lapped. It was awful.
Yeah.
But I stayed upright.
Yeah. Are you out of uni now, or are you still at uni?
Still at uni.
Yeah. You were 18 last year, so you're 19. How old were you last time?
19, 20 this year.
20 this year, yeah.
Still getting spat.
Yeah, that'll make sense.
Oh, fuck me.
Yeah, well done, man. Did you enjoy it?
Oh, it was brilliant fun, yeah. It's a lot of fun to get dropped there, at least.
Yeah.
Well done, mate.
Is that from today?
Yeah, I came on the top of it. Kind of like right near you. You might have actually caught the camera.
Was it just behind me? I heard it, but I obviously didn't look.
I skidded out, but like someone kind of like came through to the side.
That corner was actually, there was
at
least 3 there. There was at least 3.
I couldn't hold your wheel towards the end. Well, I was just letting the other groups come through as well.
Once it was that, it was just like,
We're absolutely cooked after 6 minutes.
yeah, absolutely.
6 minutes, I was like,
It was hard.
Yeah, I was like,
But then it
this
looked
is not.
like a calm down a little bit. I say that.
I think because it's split up into smaller groups, people have more space, right? Yeah. So it probably looked a bit calmer.
So, very quickly, Archie, who I actually did some races at Abingdon, like at the very beginning of the season, he took, was it 2 of the fourth cat race, you took off the front, didn't you? Crushed it this evening and was leading off the front that I couldn't hold on to for like the first 10, 15 minutes.
basically, yeah.
Yeah. And then what happened on the last lap?
Right. There was a bit of chopping going on.
Yeah.
I won't say too much because the others are strong, but yeah, it was a bit choppy on the last few corners. But
And then where'd you lose the lead on the last lap then? Or?
well, I kind of let a few come past. I don't want to leave the sprint out, so I was coming round kind of maybe 4th, 5th wheel, and then yeah, I don't know.
Mate, are you still 18 now, or you had your first
17?
Oh my God, 17. Sorry. Yeah, I remembered. Yeah, so he's still 17. This is a course for like, I'm not trying to like, I do think being able to just go anaerobic and then go anaerobic again and anaerobic again.
Like a cross race.
Yeah. And you've got a cross background, didn't you?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. Dude, well done, man. Like, did you get podium or did you?
5th.
Oh, man.
I'm not worried.
Are you happy though?
I don't care about the position. I'm just happy I kind of raced properly.
Yeah.
Really.
There's some good London hitters in here. Like, you've done well, man.
Yeah, I wanted to kind of. I kind of wanted to do something instead of sitting in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a bit better.
And then you look really happy with yourself,
Yeah,
like,
really
which is
happy,
sick.
yeah.
Which is sick. Good to see you there.
Thanks, and you.
Yeah, that's so cool. I love it. I love it. Okay, morale was probably a little bit low after that race, but it's super high now. I love the fact that Archie was just absolutely crushing the race. 17 years old. That kid, I really hope he keeps going and keeps improving, and I can keep telling his story because it's awesome. If we start a What Life race team, Archie, mate, I'm going to need your phone number because you're in. It's such a vibe today. Such a good vibe. The community of like the third cat racers that I've managed to get to meet, and the fourth cat guys who are racing tomorrow, and I'm going to come back tomorrow. Yeah, it's really cool, and it brings my mood up hugely, and I love it. I really love it. This whole day was just so good. One of the best days in the cycling diary. Put it in your diary for next year. Biek, come do a race. It's so good. Such a good vibe. Really great people, and a lot of fun. But the racing is so hard. So bear that in mind. It is brutally hard. We'll probably wrap that one up there. Good fun. Enjoyed it. So happy I did it. And it's been a fun journey, and I hope it continues. And that's all I've got to say. I'm going to keep turning up. Guys, thanks for sticking around. Please do like and subscribe, and I'll see you on another one soon.